No, 1911. No, the date we started. Yeah, that's why I put 1911.
Good afternoon. I'm Amrita Kapoor. I'm a program officer here at the National Program. And I'd like to welcome you all here to Carnegie Corporation of New York, along with my colleague, Claudia Fratelli, who is the program officer in the International Program. In this room, we have several members of the Carnegie staff, including our President, Barton Gregorian, and Vice Presidents Laverne and Ellen Bloom, and other program staff from our national and international programs, our communications team, HR, grants management, IT, and investments department.
Don't forget budget.
Most importantly of all.
We are very thrilled to have you here and to learn more about all the truly innovative and highly collaborative projects that you have been working on for the past few months as part of the binational teams of students and teachers from Ghana and the United States, and all very ably managed by the IREX team. Your teamwork is an inspiration to us all. As our founder, Andrew Carnegie, said several years ago, but is still so relevant today, strength is derived from unity. The range of our collective vision is far greater when individual insights become one. And from another continent, an African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Even for us at Carnegie Corporation, this grant was a collaboration between the national and the international program. We are all very excited to see all your demonstrations of innovation, global curriculum and teaching, all with the charge to create sustainable STEM-driven solutions to pressing global issues. I'm now going to turn it over to Claudia, who was going to say a few words about the program and our long partnership with IREX, and thank all the people who helped us put this together.
Yes, thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Valerie Shamari, Jose, Rick, and Damon, who helped set up the event, and of course to our leaders at IREX, Rebecca Bell, Nancy Beaver, and Ashley Brines. Sorry if I can't. Thank you so much for putting this all together and everything you did Saturday. Ambika and I were in Washington on Saturday for the competition with IREX. IREX is an organization that we've worked with since the 1980s, actually in the post-Soviet states, and we started working with them with Africa in the university sector in about 2012. So this has been an exciting pilot with the national program at the secondary level, which is really the pipeline into higher education in Africa, which is the interest for the Africa program. So I just wanted to point out, what was most striking to me on Saturday was really the amount of improvisation that these students come up with, especially regarding technology. I mean, I've heard people say, well, the lights went out in the room in the classroom in Ghana, but we just went to WhatsApp. Like, they just were nonchalant about all the obstacles, and we hear from academics all the problems of, my Skype was down, I couldn't do this, and here these young people have just continued and persisted in the project. So I think that was most, you just realize the next generation, even though we're having all these talk of academic barriers and travel barriers and so forth, you can see with the young generation they find ways around these things to collaborate. And I'll just add a quote from Charles Darwin that said, over the history of mankind and animal kind too, those who learn to collaborate and improvise most effectively have prevailed. So I think these students are an excellent example of how that has happened, and we're going to see that today. So thank you.
Well, Claudia and Ambika, thank you so much. And thank you so much for your support over the last year. As they mentioned, this is a pilot project, and it's turned out very, very well, as you're about to see. Again, my name is Rebecca Bell Mazzaros. I'm Associate Vice President for Education at IREX, and it's our pleasure to be with you today and to continue to build on this long partnership that we've had with Carnegie. So thank you very much. So last fall, over 240 students and 32 teachers from the US and Ghana came together to create innovative STEM solutions to global issues in their local communities. They worked on 16 binational teams, and these extraordinary students took on the challenge of defending their community against hazardous pollutants and re-energizing their communities, literally re-energizing. They applied skills in engineering, technology, problem solving, and global collaboration to create innovations ranging from neighborhood solar towers to batteries powered by soil to sustainable water purifiers. These students were mentored by their dedicated teachers who are here in this room also, so without them this project would not have been possible. They spent countless hours guiding their teams through the STEM design process and collaborating across the ocean with their partner teacher. Today in this room we have with us the grand prize winner and the first and second place finalists in this competition. So I wanted to take a moment to say why we think this STEM challenge is important today. I recently read a report that said that today about 40% of employers globally are finding it difficult to recruit people with the skills that they need. And when we look at STEM, only 16% of American high school seniors are proficient in math and interested in a STEM career. And among those who major in STEM during college, only about half choose to work in a related career. The numbers keep getting smaller and smaller. If we take a look at just women in STEM, more women graduate from university worldwide than men, but women remain a minority in the STEM fields. In the United States, for example, women earn only about 35% of the undergraduate degrees in STEM, even though they account for almost 60% of college graduates. And according to the latest US Census, only 1 in 7 women with a degree in STEM actually works in that area. And that's just a snapshot of STEM in the United States. In sub-Saharan Africa, it's anticipated that by 2030, only about half of youth will complete high school. So the World Smarts Initiative strengthens students' skills in global collaboration and understanding and aims to ignite students' passion for STEM subjects and increase the number of students who major in higher education STEM fields. STEM solutions will be solved on a global platform. They don't know borders. Issues today that we're tackling, Zika, Ebola, food and water security, these are all issues that are being worked on across borders, and solutions will be found from people from diverse cultures and communities. The unique value of this program is that it's combining STEM and 21st century skills like problem solving, innovation, and cross-cultural communication, skills that are crucial in today's workforce. And now it's my pleasure to show you an introductory video of our teams and their efforts to make this challenge happen. I think we're just missing the sound. I see Jose is on it.
That's one of the students to help.
We taught the importance of design a filter that's a purified.
innovative ideas that will help them.
We talked it's important to design a filter that will purify this water for the people to drink.
We're from Georgetown Visitation, and we work with students from Parkville Senior High School in Ghana.
This is our prototype. Connecting the reservoir to the smell connector.
Our theme is to repower our community's energy.
In DC, citizens are using too much electricity, whereas in Ghana, there isn't enough to be used.
This is our prototype. These are the solar panels which will be used to charge this battery.
We are trying to find a way to change carbon monoxide to something different.
And these sorted out papers are to be used for the production of ethanol.
This pipe here is serving as where the cold water.
This prototype is a model to the future machine that will be used to reduce the CO2 concentration and its effects in our community.
The reason why I entered the World Smarts STEM Challenge was so that I can help people and create something that won't only affect the smaller communities in a positive way, but also help out other portions of the world who don't have access to this technology.
I realized that this project was more than just some idea we had to make up for something. It was something for the future.
Welcome our first team that's presenting, Big Brains of the World. They represent Eleanor Roosevelt High School and Edmond Secondary School. Come on up.
As a binational team, our challenge was to repower our community's energy use. We decided to address the worst energy crisis that has saddled Ghana for the last 20 years. Just last year alone, Ghana experienced 159 days of blackouts. This crisis has been dubbed doomso, meaning off and on, to describe the persistent, irregular, and unpredictable electrical power outages.
In Ghana, the main source of electricity are hydroelectric dams and thermal plants, but these sources are unreliable due to low levels of water in dam and shortage of gas to power mini thermal plants. This has led to planned and unplanned power outages. During the community and home evaluation, we realized that these power outages affected everyone, from families to students to businessmen and women. Let's consider these instances of affected people. A barber who is losing out job because of doomso. He says, "How can I get money if there is no light?" And a student cannot also learn in the absence of electricity. A mother comes from work only to realize that there is no electricity. She needs to cook for her family. Vegetables that she could have used 3 minutes to blend, she now uses 30 minutes to grind. So you can imagine the hours that she used for cooking. Our team's main focus is to help the average people of Ghana get access to consistent power for reliable use.
After a problem was identified, we needed to find a solution. We researched possible energy alternatives that were low in cost and efficient. We were looking for something that was practical and convenient. Our original idea was to use water to generate electricity, but after further research and collaboration, we decided that the best option was to use soil for our earth battery, knowing well that soil is widely available around the globe.
The concept behind our prototype is a simple cell. It consists of 2 different metals and an electrolyte, usually a dilute acid and an alkali. The zinc plate is more reactive than copper and so undergoes oxidation. As it undergoes oxidation, electrons are being produced. The electrons then move through the connecting wire and get to the copper plate. As it gets to the copper plate, copper is being reduced and acts as the cathode. The free electrons thereafter generate electricity.
In our prototype, we built a battery. Soil can either be naturally acidic or basic. We used 2 different metals and an electrolyte. The acid in the soil, which can be supplemented for lime juice, is what we used as our electrolyte. In order to build this prototype, you start off with an ice cube tray. Fill each of its individual cells with soil. Take a copper wire and coil it tightly around a zinc-plated nail. Insert this nail into one hole and its other connected half into the next. Check your voltage. Our prototype works as simple electrical cells, which its voltage can be used to light up an LED bulb. As you can see in our presentation in this photo, we used 9 LED bulbs to read what we wrote in a completely dark room. To the side is an example of our LED bulbs, which is lighted up and shows how our prototype can be used and how it works.
On the screen are the tests we used to test for longevity. To test for longevity, we put 1 LED in the earth battery to see how long it would stay lit for. As you can see, the tray that was lit the longest was lit for 8 days and was also covered. Please keep in mind that for practical use, the trays shown above will not be on complete. Please keep in mind that for practical use, the battery will not be constantly in use as it was during testing. Also, by adding water to the soil, we can rejuvenate the battery. Finally, each battery can light a total of about 3 LEDs.
These are our visions and our goals, what we plan to do with our prototype in the future. Now there are a few main points that I want to highlight. First off, we plan on increasing the duration for which the battery produces electricity. Second is space efficiency. For our prototype, we used ice cube trays, which wasted a lot of space. With our new tray design, we would be able to put more soil into each cell, as well as them being stackable, meaning we could put them on top of one another, as well as next to each other. Additional installations that we plan on making to our prototype, or to our solution, include an extractable compartment, which we could put organic waste and other organic matter into, that would then be used to refuel the electrolytes in the soil. We are also currently developing an electricity inverter that will be able to power more energy-intensive devices.
We have great assurance that our prototype will help a lot from all angles. The air battery will help students do their school's assignments in the absence of electricity. Actually, we showed our prototype to a student of the University of Cape Coast, and he was so surprised that we could generate electricity from soil. Moreover, when there are power outages, households will be able to get access to their necessities. Our prototype has extended impact as well, like lighting of refugee camps, serving as emergency reliefs in the course of natural disasters, and is even convenient for camping and excursions.
For our budget, we estimated that to produce 4 batteries, it would be about $30. This means that if we were to make our goal of $10,000, we could produce about 1,400 earth batteries. Even more so, when matched, we could produce twice as many. Some potential donors are ERHS alumni, local businesses, parents, school faculty, PTA, and crowdfunding.
In a cross-cultural collaboration, we communicated with our bi-national team through the IREX platform, the Google Hangouts, the email, and the WhatsApp. Our first idea was to generate electricity from household dirty water, but we did not get the required voltage. After collaborating with our bi-national teams, we researched to know that we have to use soil to produce electricity. So that is how we collaborated to produce electricity from air battery.
In all this, our focus was to build an alternative source of electricity, which can be used in households when there is power outage. It can be used everywhere, even in the US and in places where they lack access to electricity, like refugee camps. Our biggest goal is convenience, so we intend to build our final prototype. We intend to make our final prototype easy to be carried around so that John, who is a student, can carry it to the study room to do his assignments, or mom can send it to the kitchen to prepare her food. Our egg battery is renewable and eco-friendly. It is easy to build and easy to maintain too. Thank you. Big Bang.
Brains of the world.
Thank you, Big Bang. Okay, I'd like to welcome up our next team, McQuinney, which represents McKinley Technology High School and Winneba Secondary School. Come on up.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan.
I'm Stephanie. I'm Kayla. I'm Donna.
I'm Israel.
I'm Belinda. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Derek.
I'm Cassell.
And I'm Mira.
And we are introducing you guys to our eradicator. So we came up with our idea of the eradicator because throughout our research we discovered that over 780 million people worldwide are without access to potable drinking water. And without fresh water, people aren't able to do daily things like hydrate, clean, or sustain aquatic life, which is detrimental for our ecosystem. In our research that we conducted over the Anacostia River, we also saw that the water had a pH of 4, which meant that it was very acidic. It also had trace elements of lead and iron, which are very harmful for human health. Keep in mind that polluted water is harmful for the ecosystem, while purified water can help sustain a great ecosystem.
Okay, so in Winneba, Ghana, the United community, the inhabitants in the United community lack access to potable drinking water during perennial problem of water safety. So, water from this lagoon was said to contain harmful elements and hazardous pollutants and microbes which cause schistosomiasis, bilharzia, dysentery, and diarrhea, which are very harmful and they are water-related diseases. And so,
And also, according to the World Health Organization, the diarrhea disease accounts for an estimated 4.1% of the total global burden of diseases and was responsible for the deaths of 1.8 million per year. We decided to tackle the issue of water pollution because the rate at which the people were contracting the diseases was very alarming. And so, okay, so we had a map which showed the African continent, and with that, we saw that many areas were there which were having no access to water at all, and then many deaths occurred as a result of that. And so the issue of water pollution was not only a problem in my community in Washington, D.C., but also a problem that needs to be solved globally. The challenge was to devise innovative means of treating the contaminated water.
So, another city greatly impacted by water pollution was Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan was home to 56.6 African Americans who didn't have access to clean drinking water or clean bathing water. Lead exposure was so high that health risks included behavioral disorders, impaired hearing, and kidney problems and lung problems.
In Ghana, some people use the Moni Lagoon to eat, drink, and bathe. In Washington, D.C., there has been research that proves that the lead levels in schools' water has been elevated. Although our water comes from the Potomac River, we decided to use the Anacostia because it directly flows into the Potomac River and also is more polluted than the Potomac River. Also, the aquatic life that is found in both the Moni Lagoon and the Anacostia River is becoming affected due to the different pollutants that are found in both.
In our world today, we use chemical substances such as aluminum sulfate and chlorine to treat water. And these chemical substances pose danger to our health. So we decided to use indigenous or local materials such as moringa oleifera seeds, neem leaves or cilantro, and activated charcoal to treat the water. In our prototype, we have 4 chambers: the filtration chamber, the sedimentation chamber, the activated carbon chamber or the boiling chamber, and the final chamber for storing the purified water. In the filtration chamber, we have fine sand, coarse sand, and gravels to filter the suspended solid particles from the water. Then the water then moves to the sedimentation chamber. Our innovation occurs mainly in the sedimentation chamber and the activated carbon chamber. In the sedimentation chamber, we have grinded dried moringa oleifera seeds, which serves as the coagulant and flocculant. This is to combine or join with the insoluble solid particles within the water, which forms a flux and settle to the bottom of the sedimentation chamber. It also contains recombinant proteins within the seed kernels, which fight against microbes and also get rid of these microbes, about 90 to 99% of them. And it also mineralizes the water, according to research conducted by Aaron Case in 12 May 2015. And this is to add calcium, sodium, and potassium ions to this water. This enriches the water and also increases the minerals within this water. The water is then transported or moved into the sediment activated carbon chamber, where, in the sedimentation chamber, we also have the cilantro. This cilantro is able to absorb the heavy metals such as lead or mercury into its cells. However, people in India and Ghana have neem leaves as a direct indica plant available there. So the neem leaves is supposed to speed up the rate of sedimentation within the sedimentation chamber. The water is then moved into the activated carbon chamber, where the activated charcoal is to absorb the remaining percentage of heavy metals which were failed to be removed by the cilantro, and it also gets rid of the remaining percentage of microbes present, which is the 1% remaining of microbes. It also prevents or serves as growth inhibitor to the microbes, and it also bleaches the water and removes odor from the water. Then the water is finally evaporated, which is then condensed by the condenser into the purified chamber. Thank you.
Initially, samples of the contaminated water from the Jinjinazu community was tested for, and we found out that the water had a pH of 5.6, which is acidic. Also, the water contained harmful microorganisms such as Escherichia coli. Also, the water contained harmful trace elements such as lead and nickel. And the water also had a color which was turbid. So after passing this water through our prototype, the clean water that came out was also tested for. We found out that the pH, which was initially 5.6, was now 7.6, which is drinkable. Also, the harmful microorganisms and trace elements, which were initially in the water, were no longer in the water. The water became colorless as well. So we concluded that our prototype was indeed a success.
The impact of our innovation to our target population, who are the residents of the Jinjinazu community in Ghana and the students and residents of Washington, D.C., who are also the primary beneficiaries of our prototype, and also the secondary beneficiaries being communities in sub-Saharan Africa and all communities in the world who lack access to potable water, is that when this prototype is being sent into the open market, it will help those people get access to potable water to do some of their domestic activities, like for bathing, for cooking, for feeding their livestock, and for irrigation of their farms in the case of farmers. And also, it will help reduce the rate at which the people are contracting waterborne diseases when they drink from the uncontaminated source of water. And also in Ghana, the Jinjinazu community will have an alternative source of water during perennial shortage of water.
Through cross-cultural collaboration, students from Winneba Secondary School and McKinley Technology High School brainstormed to make this prototype a success. Here is a proof of what really happened. We used the Oberverse page, emails, Skype, WhatsApp, and Facebook to do so. And through this, we've also been able to brainstorm that we could use a reverse osmosis chamber in place of the heating chamber, so that the prototype could be STEM, innovative, and cost-effective. And we've also brainstormed that we will work on our air problem, which is our next issue. Here is an emblem to show the cross-cultural collaboration that exists between the two teams. Winneba Secondary School and McKinley Technology, partners in STEM education.
Economically speaking, in order to bring our project to the market, we would need an investment of $2,747. This would be able to accommodate 180 people. Also, with an investment of $10,000, we'd be able to accommodate as much as 740 plus people. 3 ways to bring our project to the market is: first, we have to patent our idea. Second, we have to enhance our prototype. And thirdly, we need to locate potential investors. These investors would most likely be economically and environmentally friendly. Speaking of environmentally friendly, which makes our product better than other products such as Breda, is that our product uses materials that are indigenous to our culture, such as cilantro from the USA and moringa leaves and neem leaves and moringa seeds from Ghana. Also, that makes our product more sustainable and economically and environmentally friendly.
According to the World Water Assessment Program, over 2 million tons of human waste are disposed in water sources every day. In addition, over 780 million people worldwide don't have access to an improved water source.
Notice you put an emphasis on the word
worldwide. Water pollution is not only a national issue, but an international issue as well. Our invention is an effective and environmentally friendly solution to the universal problem of water pollution. Through the use of natural resources such as moringa leaves, moringa seeds, and cilantro, our water purifier not only rids water of harmful microorganisms, but also enriches it with minerals and nutrients. In addition, our water purifier also purifies salt water and fresh water. Clean water is a necessity that is often prohibited from many people. Our mission is to help those hundreds of millions of people who don't have access to clean water. Please be a part of the firm foundation that supports our mission.
Yes, energy is nice, but water is life.
And now I'd like to invite up our third team, the Energizers, representing Accra Academy and Georgetown Visitation Preparatory School. Come on up.
Picture this. Kosi is a final year student in the Accra Academy. He must prepare for his final exams, which will determine his admission into the university. But the unreliable electricity supply in Ghana does not allow him to do so. He gets home from school at 5:30 p.m. and must do our assignments and prepare for the next day's work. He sits and starts working, and suddenly, the light goes off. He has an eye problem and has been advised not to use lantern, which is his only alternative source of light at night. He is failing most of his exams, and if care isn't taken, he will end up losing his eyesight, which will be a loss to his family, school, and the world at large.
73% of villages in Ghana have no access to reliable electricity or to any electricity whatsoever. Ghanaians call this unreliability of electricity, which may or may not work at any given time, doomsday. Our binational team decided on the goal of both providing consistent electricity to Ghana and reducing the dependence on fossil fuels here in the United States. We created a piezoelectric solution that can be implemented in a variety of ways.
When we came together as a team, we realized that there are many ways to achieve these goals. We discussed many options. Because we share this one and only with Earth, this makes it a global problem. Through our Skype calls and WhatsApp collaborations, we recognize that these communities need help.
New perspectives from two very different cultures allowed us to understand the similarities and differences in approaching this global crisis. We decided to think globally and act locally.
Our innovation responded to both Ghana's challenge by providing a more reliable source of energy and to the United States' challenge by providing a cleaner source of energy. We wanted to design a piezo mat which was scalable, modular, cost-efficient, and would provide a positive return of investment for our potential customers. These goals led us to our unique and elegant innovation, the piezoelectric floor mat. The Energizers would like to introduce you to Soul Source.
The success of Soul Source is through our piezoelectric design. So, piezoelectricity. Most of you may be wondering, piezoelectricity, what is it? Well, let me try to explain it. Let's break it down first. Piezo and electricity. Piezo is the Greek name for pressure. Piezoelectricity is the electricity generated from applied mechanical stress. And this stress comes from motion over our mat. Our prototype, Soul Source, is a floor mat that converts kinetic motion of a footstep into electrical energy. This energy runs through a bridge rectifier, which converts AC current to DC current. The energy can then be accumulated. The energy is then accumulated and stored in a capacitor or battery, which can then be later accessed by different devices such as handheld devices such as iPads or camera lights. These can be used in different configurations all over the world as a clean and reliable source of energy.
Through successive testing, our team set up multiple simple circuits with piezo materials. Because a variety of piezo materials exist, we tested piezo film, piezo cable, small piezo transducers, and finally we decided to use larger piezo transducers, which are 41 millimeters, and the current ones in our Soul Source prototype. We connected these transducers in a combination of parallel and series circuit to produce the desired amount of voltage.
Now, to demonstrate our Soul Source, we'll be projecting a live version of my teammates as we're stepping over the mat.
my right, our teammate Sasu is stepping over our piezoelectric mat, and we are seeing a significant change in voltage. It does not seem like the Facebook Live is cooperating, but Sasu will hold up the mat so you all can see. As he steps on the mat, the energy can be captured in a capacitor and later stored to power other devices.
The quality in a product is not what you put into it. It's what the customers get out of it. Looking at our product, SoulSource, it is scalable, it is modular, it is consistent, it is flexible, it is simple, and it is versatile. It is scalable because it can be made smaller for individuals or family to use. It can also be made bigger for commercial use. It is modular because it can be made into any shape or look. It is consistent because no matter the weather condition, SoulSource is going to generate electricity, unlike solar panels and wind power. It is simple and it is versatile. It is versatile because it solves both problems of unreliable and expensive energy, and also clean energy in both countries.
Our prototype can be used as a backup source of energy to be stored in generators for schools, businesses, and families in Ghana. Ghanaians can turn to our prototype to ensure that their lives will not be affected by doomsor. Primary beneficiaries include schools, businesses, families, and transportation hubs in both the United States and Ghana. Secondary beneficiaries include the economies of Ghana, South Africa, the United Kingdom, and the Netherlands, because all of these countries are exported by Ghana and can benefit from a sense of consistency in Ghanaian businesses. Businesses that could use our product would be Accra Mall, the National Mall in DC, train stations, airports, the Metro, and both of our high schools, Accra Academy and Georgetown Visitation, as well as green companies such as Founding Farmers and National Stadium in DC. The profits generated by these companies or for-profit entities can be reinvested and used for disadvantaged communities, which will start a cycle of sustainability for our product.
Our prototype costs us $40 to produce. To produce the mat of 5 by 7 foot, it will cost us $450 on customized mat and 8 electronic components. The retail price for a 5 by 7 foot mat will be $450 because the mat the price for the retail mat will be $1,000 because the mat itself can be configured to any size and shape. The price for a square foot mat is less than $30 based on analysis.
Let's take a real-life example. At Visitation, all students use iPads. One iPad that is charged every other day uses about 13 kilowatt hours per year. That's about $1.55 per student. If half the students at Visitation charge their iPads using our mat, they would save $387.50. They would also see a return in their investment in less than 3 years. In addition to the financial return, 1 kilowatt hour produces 1 pound of carbon dioxide. If Visitation used our mat, they would reduce the production of carbon dioxide by 3,200 pounds.
SoulSource provides a cost-effective, scalable, modular solution with a positive return on investment to the issues of unreliable energy and the harmful effects of non-renewable resources by using the kinetic energy from footsteps and converting it into stored electrical energy. The flexibility of SoulSource addresses energy concerns of Ghana, the United States, and virtually any country in the world. With SoulSource, a single footstep can change the world of energy. SoulSource, the power is in you. Thank you.
So let's give a round of applause again for our 3 teams. Wanted to ask the 6 teachers who are here if you could just stand so that the Carnegie staff know who you are. They have an opportunity to speak with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I had one last thought I wanted to share, and that was a quote from Albert Einstein. He said, "I am not clever nor especially gifted. I am only very, very curious." While I would say that each team is definitely clever, what is most impressive is their curiosity to investigate the world around them, find a problem to be solved, and then investigate and create a solution. So I don't know about you all, but I am so impressed with the work that these students and teachers have done. So what we want to do next in our program is actually invite everyone to grab lunch. And once you do that, go ahead and take a seat at your tables, and then we're going to have a few more remarks.